Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Rick Creating. So today we're going to be doing a review of Toxic Crusaders, Dr.Killemoff from Trick or Treat Studios. Stay tuned. Alright guys, as you guys could see, this is a remake of the original figure from the Toxic Crusader line. Trick or Treat Studios is planning on making the whole line, even figures that we never got before, which is pretty freaking awesome. So if you guys ever see these figures, make sure you guys pick them up to support Trick or Treat Studios so they could finish doing all of them, so they could have enough money or support for them to see that, you know, people are picking these up and they're buying them, so they can make the rest of the line, which will be awesome to get the figures that we've never gotten before, which is pretty dang cool. I mean, we've only been waiting, what, 30-40 years so this thing, not really 30-40 years, but you know, I'm exaggerating. But anyways, we were waiting for a long time to get the other figures that were never made. Anyways, these are basically exactly the same. If you guys have seen reviews of the Toxic figure from Trick or Treat Studios, you guys will see that it's exactly the same, maybe a little bit taller than the original Toxic figure. That was the first release from Trick or Treat Studios, but this is the second release. I saw this guy and I had to pick him up automatically. I was like, I love this line. I've always loved Toxic Crusaders. This is my second favorite line. First is Turtles, of course. Second one is Toxic Crusaders. I love the colors. I love the neon colors. I love all the stripes, warning labels and all that stuff. The slime and, you know, all the stuff that you grew up in the 80s and 90s as a kid. So yeah, it's just the gruesome stuff, you know, that's the boys grew up with a bunch of gruesome stuff back in the 80s. So yeah, that's what made it fun for the kids. So as the back, you could see pretty cool little designs. Let me get a close-up of that. So there you go. If you guys want to pause it there, you guys can read all that. A little picture of Toxie there, some of the stuff that Dr. Killemoff comes with, and this is what I was trying to explain to you guys, is that it has another little feature. If you guys look at the Toxic one didn't do anything else than what the original figure did, but this one actually, you could pull off his head, and I'll show you guys right now when I open the package, and you could reveal his, I guess, his alien head underneath there, which is pretty cool. And on here, you guys, if you guys want to pause that and read that, you guys could go right ahead. Here is the barcode if you guys want to look at that, and there's the Trick or Treat Studios. Those are the people that made this thing, which is pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for making these figures again, because like I mentioned, these are, if my camera will focus, there we go, these are my second favorite figures to collect. So anyways, let's open this up. I didn't really want to open it up, but you know, for the sake of the video, let's open it up and check what's inside. Alright guys, so this is him right out of the package. He looks amazing. There is a few differences, and I'll go through that in a little bit with the original figure, and I'll compare them so you guys can see the differences. But let me show you guys what it does come with. So this is his glow-in-the-dark gun that he shows up with, and it does glow. Let me show you guys. So there you go. Glows in the dark. And then this little slime thing does glow in the dark too. But so this little bucket of slime. That's what it says right there. See, it's toxic glow in the dark weapon. So radioactive. Can't see what it says. I believe that it says radioactive. We put it under wraps. So it's basically like a little bomb in there. I will open that and check that out in a little bit. But let's go right through this figure real quick. So it looks just like the old one. Like I said, there's a few differences. As far as color goes, it looks the same. There is some versions that have the splatter on there. As you guys can see, a little splatter on the pants here and on the suit there. There is a version that doesn't have it, which is the one that I have, I think does have it, but there is another version that does not have the paint splatter on it. So you guys, I guess they give you both versions just in case you want it either or. As far as the backpack is way bigger than the original one, and this is elastic, and you can't even remove it. It doesn't allow you to remove it as far as the backpack coming off of this, because if you guys could see right here, it's glued on to this little part right here is glued on to the backpack itself, so you can't remove the black backpack onto that, which is pretty cool because a lot of people lose this part, the belt. A lot of people lose it. You could pull it off from here. There's a little strap there. If you guys could see, you could just pull it out of there. I don't want to remove it because I don't want to mess with it. But you could, if you wanted to, remove the backpack. I don't see why you want to do it, but if you want to do it, you have that opportunity to do it. It's just minimal articulation. It's basically the same as the old one. You have your rotation there, and then you have a rotation here at the shoulder, and then same thing here, rotation there, but there's no rotation at the elbow there. There's no rotation on the hands. Another rotation there at the elbow, and then rotation here at the shoulder, and then a rotation at the shoulder, and then the waist does swivel back or side to side. Legs go forward that much, they go back that much. Same thing with this one. So that's what they were basically going for, is the old school toys. They're just remaking them, which I don't mind, which is pretty cool because Super 7 they're making their own newer versions, I guess you could say. I don't mind them coming out with their toys, which is pretty cool because, like I said, Toxic Crusaders is the second line that I like collecting. So the more Toxic Crusaders out there, the better it is for me, because I'll be more than happy to collect them all. So the gun fits in this hand, which is pretty weird because it's just basically facing outward. You can't really, if you guys see how his hand is holding it, his hands are facing this way, so basically that way. And I mean, if you want to put your gun like that, you can. I mean, nothing's stopping you from doing so. Anyways, so the difference in this one, the biggest difference, there is a little, like I said, I mentioned that the cape is different. It's a different material than the original one. The original one is more like a fleece almost, and this one's kind of like a super thin, I guess you could say it's fleece, but it's not as thick as the other one. And then this one you could see, I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but it's a bunch of little lines on there. The other one doesn't have that type of line. It's more of a carpet almost, the old school one. But the biggest difference is that you could pull this guy's head off, and his bottom, his alien head pops up. Oop, I just pulled it out of the thing. Well, there you go, guys. You could see what's in there. It's a little springs the head open, or it springs the head up, the alien head up, which is pretty cool. That's a really cool feature. I'm glad that they put this feature on there, and I guess that's the reason why you will want to take off this thing, the backpack, is if you just want to put that little head or display him with the little head popping out like that. Just pretty cool. Just like a little bobblehead. I thought you could get it stuck there, but you cannot. It doesn't get stuck. I was hoping you could like jam it there so it won't be bobbling around like that, but you can't. It just basically, the other one comes on top of it and it squeezes this one down, and then boom. Really nice feature. It would have been cool too if they had like the Power Ranger ones where, I take this gun off, you know how you flip the back and then the head rotates and it comes like that. But I understand why they did it this way. I kind of prefer it this way, but it would have been cool the other way too if you wanted to keep like switching it. But I prefer it this way for the reason that because of the backpack, I could tell that you would have to remove the backpack to, you know, keep doing that thing, or not. I mean, I don't know, depends on how you design it, I guess. But then you pop this head back on there, and there you go. It's Dr.Killemoff again in his human form, I guess you could say, or in his earth form. But yeah, you could take out the cape. Let me show you guys the difference between the two figures. So this is the original one. There is some difference in paint apps. This is obviously not his gun. I do have an original gun, but I have it on the other one, and it's sitting on my shelf on top, and I didn't want to pull it down. So I do have the original gun, but it's basically the same. It's just maybe a little bit smaller, I believe. But there's big difference on the paint apps, if you guys could see that. This one is a lot more pinker, a lot more vibrant. The hair color here isn't all that great. Let's see if the camera picks it up. Come on, camera. There you go. So you could tell it just put like one blob of paint or one layer of paint, because you could kind of see the black shining through that or exposing through this yellow piece. And if you look at this one, it looks like they put a few layers of yellow. You can't really see the black bleeding through, but this one you can. So that's the difference. Obviously the difference is the head. Obviously you can't take the head off of this one. And if you look at the head sculpts on the original one, you could see how this one, the holes actually go into the mask here, and on this one they're just connected to the bottom of the mask. So there's difference. And also the mask, you could see the pipes go up and around on this one, and on this one is just straight to the back like that. Here, let me put this back on so you could see it better. Here we go. Pop this back down. Here we go. So as far as height, I guess this one's a little bit taller. And the feet are bigger. You could tell that these feet are a bit bigger. Ooh. The thighs are a bit thicker. The chest is a bit thicker. So yeah, this one's a little bit thicker. The hands on this one are actually smaller than this one, if you guys could see that. Let me compare the hands. Not much of a big difference, but you could see the difference on there. What other difference is there? This is kind of annoying that I have to keep pushing his head down. The colors are more vibrant on this one as far as the gold goes. If you guys can see that gold, these gold. But then again, this is an old figure, so I don't know if it just faded within time. But yeah, you could see the gold a lot brighter there. And then the belt buckle is painted on this one. Or the belt itself is painted, not the belt buckle, but the belt is painted on that one. And then you can see that the shirt's painted there. This one didn't even bother with it. You see how the belt buckle is black, or the belt itself is black, and then the little piece of the orange shirt, it's not even orange, it's just purple. And then this one, you could see the sleeves are a little bit more blue than the actual chest piece. And this one, it matches pretty darn good. That purple matches with the purple here. They did a really good job on this figure. So yeah, another reason why it's nice to collect these, or that they're remaking these figures, is that these figures go for quite a complete. This figure goes for like $100. I didn't buy it for $100, but these figures do go for $100 on eBay, the original ones, and these go for about, right now if you buy it on eBay, because they're new and they're not really out there right now, you could buy it for 40-50 bucks. I got it for 20 bucks because I know somebody, so they got it for, well, they sold it to me for 20 bucks, so I got this guy for 20 bucks, which is a retail price for it, which is a really good price. So yeah, I got him for 20 bucks. Really, really nice thing. That way you don't have to spend so much money to get the original one. If you guys don't mind getting the new one, there is a difference there. Oh, I just spotted another difference. If you guys could see here, he has a little pocket. There's a little pocket right there with a badge on it. Or it could be just a badge, but it looks kind of like a pocket, or it could be a badge. I don't know what it is exactly. This one does not have it. It just has the sticker itself. See that? See that one? There's a difference there. So yeah, there's that. And the button there is a lot bigger. You could see the button there. So it's not like they re-sculpted the whole thing. I mean, it's not like they made a copy of this and they just, you know, started printing out the same figures over and over again like they did with the Turtles when they remade the Turtles. With the original classic Turtles. It looks like they molded their own figure, or they could have got the original one and added to it or subtracted to it, and then they made a bunch of figures out of that. Obviously the head sculpt is completely different, obviously, but other than that, oh, the backpacks, let's show you the backpacks. So, oh no, this one's way bigger. There's a big difference in that one. So yeah, this one's bigger, and this one you could squeeze it and it's supposed to shoot out water. So this one shoots out water, or I guess it was made for slime. And this one's a lot smaller and it's just hard plastic. You can't really squeeze that one. But yeah, this one's a lot bigger. And then this one, you see, you could pull it out of here. So you could pull it out. This one you cannot. It's glued on to the belt itself. So that's the difference that you got there. Oh, and let me show you excuse the dirt on this thing, but this is old. You see the difference between this and that? I don't know if you guys could really notice the difference, but there is a difference. See how thin this one is? You could literally see through this one. And this one's super thick, you can't really see through it. But this is kind of like that Velcro, like, you know, the soft part of the Velcro. That's what kind of feels like. And this one's just a little thin sheet. So yeah, anyways, that's the difference between those two. And yeah, that's basically it. The faces, I like the head sculpts, are pretty nice. Almost the same, basically the same thing. The hair is a little bit more fuller on this side. You guys can see his head is a lot shaped more round here than it is here. This is kind of flat, this one's round. I'm just trying to point out the differences. That's all I see. So yeah, there's this paint smear on this guy right here. You guys can see a little paint smear right there. So yeah, I thought that this one didn't have the paint smear or the paint splatter, because it doesn't have any on the actual suit, the top of the suit. But this one does. So that's why I didn't think so. But yeah, the feet are a little bit bigger. You could see it there. Other than that, I think that's basically it. That's all the differences. Well, like I said, they did a really good job on these. I love them. I hope that Trick or Treat Studios keeps doing it. If you guys are listening, please keep doing these figures. I promise you that I'll keep buying them as long as you guys keep making them, and I'll keep making videos and showing your stuff off, because I love the stuff that you guys are making. Trick or Treat Studio. I used to like Child's Play. Child's Play was one of my favorite movies, because I'm into animatronics, and I love the way they made Chucky move and stuff like that. That thing was, I was in awe when I saw it. I wasn't even scared of Chucky. I was more like intrigued of, you know, how they made it work than anything else. So that's what I was into. So that's what I was looking at. That's why I like Chucky a lot. All I gotta say is thank you, Trick or Treat Studios, for making this cool figure. Keep up the good work, and I'm looking forward to reviewing the next one. As far as this video goes, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because if you guys do, guess what? You guys will see me on the next one. Peace.